Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, February 24th.
We are investigating this, but we have in fact not voted to even do this at all.
That's Flagler County School Board member Sally Hunt reminding the public that the district's participation in the Guardian program is far from a done deal. Amy Cherry has more on our lead story.
Last month, the district administered an anonymous survey of school employees asking them whether they were interested in being armed and being a part of the Guardian program. Just over 500 employees responded, and just over 100 of those said they would participate in the program. School board member Will Furry is a proponent of the program, which would not replace deputies or school resource officers, just supplement them. The Guardians would not wear uniforms.
I think that's enough positive response when you have a job offering and for 12 candidates and 112 apply. That's a good response. So my view would be that we continue to explore plainclothes Guardians.
Cheryl Massaro wasn't nearly as sold on the number of responses.
Over 1,800 employees, and we have an awful lot of non-responses. That concerns me. That concerns me. It's 1,800 people. I don't know if they're in favor of having guns in the school. I hear a lot of people that don't like the concept. They're glad they have the trained officers opposed to Guardian. It's a lot different.
Massaro called for the conversation to continue. She wants to hear from more district employees through the Let's Talk link at flaglerschools.com. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Last night, the Flagler Beach City Commission unanimously hired Mike Abels, former city manager of DeLand, as interim city manager for the next few months. The hiring of Abels comes 2 weeks after the commission fired city manager William Whitson. Abels will be responsible for conducting the search for a permanent replacement. A North Carolina sex offender has been arrested in Flagler County.
Several law enforcement agencies were involved in nabbing a North Carolina sex offender in Flagler County on charges for failing to register as a sex offender while he resided in Flagler County in 2022. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Sheriff's Office Detectives Sex Crimes Unit received a tip from the U.S. Marshals that he had been residing in Flagler County. Our investigation determined that he had never registered as required by Florida law as a sex offender. We worked the case, obtained a warrant for his arrest, and then found him. Sheriff Staley adds another out-of-state sex offender found out he came to the wrong county the hard way. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Florida's 6th District Congressman addresses how China's aggressions are impacting its citizens and Chinese Americans.
Representative Michael Waltz says supporting the Chinese people is paramount.
Right now, you have an ongoing genocide, the largest and most deadly genocide since the Holocaust of World War II going on in China. Anywhere from 2 to 6 million people in concentration camps, forced labor, forced rape, and sterilization of women of ethnic minorities so that they can basically eliminate the next generation. So we absolutely should be actively supporting the Chinese people in China that are being oppressed, but then obviously Chinese Americans.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
Veterans should never be forgotten.
However, 2 veteran cemeteries were. Historian Randy Jay was on a recent episode of Common Grounds and said that a veteran's grave project came to Flagler County in the early 40s.
And they identified 2 particular cemeteries that one of them actually had a World War I black veteran buried in it. His name is Frank Brown.
Jay said that the cemetery was St. Joe's, and it was at the site of the water tower in Palm Coast. He said that the other is behind what's now the Bunnell Post Office.
About 3 or 4 blocks behind there's a community out there called Colony Park today. And when they were developing this community back in the mid to late 70s, early 80s, they bulldozed this black Bunnell cemetery.
Jay said that it was all in the name of progress. You can listen to Common Grounds on Sunday mornings at 10 here on WNZF, anytime on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
The weekend is here and there's plenty of family fun to be had in Flagler County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
Tomorrow, join the fun at the 8th Annual Flagler County Native American Festival. Enjoy wildlife exhibits, children's activities, arts and crafts show, great food, Native American dancing, and so much more. The Rotary Club of Flagler Beach is proud to present the 13th Annual Race of the Runways. This unique evening 5K allows participants to run or walk along illuminated airport runways under the searchlight of a circling helicopter. Add to the fun by wearing glow-in-the-dark clothing and accessories. Prizes will be awarded for the best costume. Join the Palm Coast Little League for a movie in the park event. They will be playing the classic The Sandlot with a concession stand available for refreshments. Be sure to bring your chairs and blankets and enjoy the show. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at fun4augiekids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Lee Show with your WNZF local sports update.
Flagler Palm Coast football held a signing day at the school Wednesday. 8 players signed commitments. Drew Drosty, Landon Simmons, and DZ Stewart committed to St. Thomas University. Kobe Murphy, Iowa Central Community College. Gerard Tolbert, New Mexico Military Institute. Josh Davis, Averett University. Ben Lalore, Emporia State. Ashton Bracewell, Florida State University. Coach Robert Paxia on the importance of academics to his program.
When I got here, it was something that we really wanted to make sure that we were doing, and that's giving kids from Flagler County an opportunity to continue their education through the use of football. Signing 8 kids this year is showing that we're continuing the trend.
Shortly after this interview Thursday, Robert Paxia announced he was stepping down as FPC head coach to pursue an opportunity in the state of Georgia. Wednesday, Matanzas boys weightlifting defeated Ponte Vedra and Menendez in a 3-team meet. FPC baseball advanced to the Beach Bash Championship, beating Spruce Creek 9-2. They play Vieira tonight at 6 at Spruce Creek. Boys lacrosse, Matanzas falls 16-2 to Fletcher. Coach Adam Fries on what his team can learn from these early losses.
These things are just priceless for us to see our medal, but to also see where we need to go to. But we have, a lot of sophomores that we're starting, and for them to see, okay, in 2 years, this is where we need to be able to get over that hump, to be able to be competitive in the district and hopefully win a district title here.
Last night, boys lacrosse, FPC 12, Menendez 10. Matanzas softball beat Seabreeze 16-1, 3 RBIs for Ava Thomas. Pirates are home tonight against Mainland at 6. Other events today, boys wrestling regionals continue for FPC and Matanzas. FPC track and field hosts the East Coast Classic. Girls lacrosse, Pirates host Santa Fe at 6. Softball, FPC at Seminole. Baseball, Matanzas at Palaca. We have local sports updates Mondays and Fridays. From the WNZF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.